You really are. You really are. And you get what you deserve. Hell on wheels. That's what you're gonna get. Stupid.
We all going through it out here, okay? Anybody can get it here in Medellin, Colombia. This is not specific to foreigners. So if I had to compare the dating market in Medellin to anything, I would say think Miami. It's Miami. So this is not an indictment on Colombians. The things I'm going to talk about are the ills of any major city where you have.
What's going on, LeBron? Did I call you James? I didn't mean to, man. James was in here earlier. You know what I'm saying? My bad if I did, but I didn't mean to. Salute to the tribe. Salute. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, man? What's going on?
A lot of options and a lot of attractive people. I've found, especially when I'm dating within my age range, I don't want to go any lower than like 27 and any higher than 35. Um, by this age, people have already been through serious relationships and have gotten their heart broken at least one time. That's both men and women. And that leads to bitterness. And the way that most people cope with this bitterness is that they decide that they're either not going to
Here we go.
try in relationships or they're going to use everybody that likes them for everything that they have.
Okay, listen. I'm gonna say this respectfully. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. I'm tired of you females framing things in this weird ass way. Okay? Stop watching men that are not interested in you and then framing it as if they went through something and now they don't want to date no one anymore. They're emotionally unavailable, avoidant. Listen, we don't want to deal with you. So you need to just get off of that and go find somebody else. Stop doing that, man. Stop going after dudes that just don't want your ass. Stop going after dudes you don't qualify for. Right? It's not that we're emotionally unavailable. No, our standards have gone up. You can't bullshit your way into our lives. Man, how many times y'all gonna keep saying that stupid ass regurgitated shit? There's no accountability in that. When these women say that, bro, they're not talking about other women. They're talking about men like us that went through a divorce and have learned from it. And now they want to use that against you. Oh, you're not giving us a chance because shut the hell up. If you're a woman worth a shit, you will get a chance. If you're a woman worth a shit, you'll approach the man that you want instead of waiting around and studying and watching him, looking wherever he posts stuff about going through divorce and then being like, oh, well, there's something wrong with him. He's avoidant. Stupid. That dude you like. Because there's plenty of dudes pandering to you. That dude you like. You making excuses for yourself. It's not going to get the man you want. And we do not co-sign with that stupid ass shit you're saying. We don't co-sign with that. If a woman goes through something and her standards go up, that's cool. That's cool. We're not going to reframe in any kind of way to make her seem like she's doing something wrong to us. This is why I'm going overseas. I can't stand the way that you go out of your way to mentally manipulate and reframe the situation to fit your narrative. I can't fucking stand it. Like, what is wrong with you people? You're not getting men, and then you're saying stuff like that. Oh, well, the men I want, they're avoidant, they're emotionally unavailable. They went through some stuff, and their ex ruined them. Does that help you sleep at night, motherfucker? Does that help you sleep at night? Is that getting you closer to the man that you want? I'll get on my nerves, man. This trash talk.
In this age range, rarely do you meet people who are healthy enough to kind of leave the past behind and deal with people as individuals or deal with people fairly. I think.
Hey, why do you think this idiot's in Thailand? You think she's over there because black women go to Thailand? This motherfucker is over here chasing down black men, and the ones she's chasing down don't want her stinking ass. And now she's over here online trying to frame things like she's not some bitter Betty not getting what she wants. So she's online whining, looking for other women to trauma bond with. If we're going to Thailand, we're not going to Thailand looking for black women. The fuck? And you can chase us down and you can put yourself right in the middle of what we're doing, and it ain't gonna make no difference because you're crazy. You'll put yourself right in the middle of us wherever we move to, or Colombia, Thailand, or Colombia. Y'all, those aren't the countries y'all go to. Jamaica, Africa, wherever y'all can get some long dick slung at you. That's where y'all go. Like you know what I'm saying? You don't be going like Colombia. You want to center yourself where you see the men that you find attractive going to. Because I've mentioned going to Colombia plenty of times. And then when you're not getting the reaction you want because you think you can get down there and play the same, bullshit you do here, look at the guy, throw your hair over your shoulder, try to give signals. No, you're going to get out there and compete like the rest of the women are doing. And you don't want to do it. You want a government assistance, Section 8 DEI handout of a boyfriend. You feel entitled to it. And you're not getting what you want. So here comes the whining. If people would just let go of the past, shut the fuck up. Who have you sat down and had any kind of therapy session with where they admitted that their past was holding them back? You're making assumptions based off of what you're watching, dumbass. You don't know the full spectrum of the situation. You're making assumptions. A lot of y'all are doing this stupid ass shit. A lot of you do it towards me. That's why I'm passionate about it. You're making assumptions. I guarantee you haven't reached out to a single man you find attractive and bring this stupid ass shit up to him. If you would reach out to the man you find attractive and then say this dumb shit to him, now I wouldn't cuss her out, but I would put it in perspective for you. Why? And I'm gonna ask you, where did you come to this conclusion from? What made you form those words? Who have you tried to date? How many guys have you tried to date? How long did you talk to them before you came to this conclusion? You're not going to say stupid shit and not be held accountable for it. I want to know what brought you to that thought process. If you can't tell me, then you're regurgitating shit. You went online and you found something to help you justify your sorry, funky ass situation. And it sounds better to you than you're a loser.
Medellin is a place where people like to have their options open, both men and women. There's this constant sense of paranoia here that
I'm done.
And for the men, it be the chill, laid back guys that don't be pressed over sex that be getting all the ass. I'm just saying, them niggas that are too eager, they talk about it too much, they brag about what they got, all the extra shit, they don't get no butt. They for damn sure won't get no butt from me.
And there it is. You hear now? I'm moving silence. You don't never know how many ladies talking to me, but you can tell I have no problem getting them. If you can't tell that, yeah, I don't know what to tell you.
My favorite type of man is a gentleman who will open the door for me, pull out the chair for me, but in the bedroom, he will throw me onto the mattress and just put his hand around and just fucking use me. My favorite type of man.
And it's so wild to me that so many women talk about narcissism, but the society today is just catering to narcissistic women. If I post a picture online, a bikini picture online, there's nothing my husband can do that could compete with that level of accolade. Attention. Impossible.
The compliments, the attention.
Bro, if and I appreciate the knowledge, man. You always dropping them. So let me go ahead and caveat off of that. If they were to reach out, because men are not like, we're not doing this stuff in a way that we're trying to keep some huge secret, we have clearances or something like that. No. If they would reach out to us and if they would give us their perspective from the outside, right, then we can give them, a little bit more explanation. I mean, not explanation. Give them a little bit more understanding, man. Help broaden their perspective a little bit. But if they're not going to reach out, and they're going to, because they're studying a lot of us, man. I'm telling you what they're doing. They're weaponizing the internet the same way that the government does. They're using it to study the men that they find attractive. And they're looking for patterns. And then once they recognize certain patterns to disqualify you, they run off of that. But what they're doing is looking for a disqualifier at all times because they don't want to believe that you're too good to be true. This is toxic behavior. right? That they're weaponizing the internet. You're on here building platforms to make money and whatnot. And then these women are using what you're saying against you instead of reaching out to find out, hey, what's going on with you? How you doing? Like what you are in real life, right? It'd be like a woman going somebody's job. You're an IT person. They go up in there and you're building code, or y'all are troubleshooting something's down, somewhere, and y'all are pinging and doing all this stuff. She's not going to get a great perspective of your personal personality by walking in that skiff and watching you do what you did. You're not going to be able to do that. So you're working, and they're using what they're collecting from you working to build these profiles like a robot. And then they think from all this cross-examining and comparing men online and observing what they believe to be the patterns that show that you're toxic, they're disqualifying themselves. Crazy people. I'm telling you what they're doing, man. I've studied these motherfuckers, man. I'm studying them. They're studying us to, I guess, figure out what they like, but what they end up doing is disqualifying us because of our standard or what we're saying. Not even knowing what kind of personality we have in real life. We could be on here building a platform for men and engaging the platform a certain type of way that men will respond to, and they're going to use that to disqualify you. You can't do nothing with that, man. You can't do nothing with that. And I see this dumbass behavior. I have so many women that be trying to throw shade my way. A lot of their content has these undertones, like they've watched my content and they're in my feed. And I'm like, this fool is going off of what she sees me post, and she thinks I'm an avoidant. I'm a whole Leo, man. Anyone close to me, man, I'm super, what I'm saying, about taking care of them. I'm like a teddy bear. But like I'm like, any stranger, I'm like a lion, man. Like you don't stay off my territory. You're not gonna come over here and just do what you want. I gotta make sure that everybody underneath me feels safe. But they go off of what you're posting. And none of this behavior has led them to anything productive, and they keep doing it because they're scared. They're scared.